All right, so is it just me, or does the furnace seem to always die on a weekend or a holiday? Well, for me, it could be either. I've had the furnace die, what was it? It was Christmas Eve, and I remember when we finally got someone to come and check it out. It was a day or two after Christmas, because Christmas I think was on a weekend, and the part that we needed was back ordered, and we didn't get our furnace working until after New Year's Day. That seems to be the way that it always goes. So it happened again last week, Saturday night. The furnace died, and the beauty about living a preparedness lifestyle, it doesn't really affect you as much as it did before. I was able to keep my house warm for all of Sunday and most of Monday until someone was able to come and repair the part that had failed. It really wasn't a huge inconvenience, and that's really why I love living the way that I do. It really is, it's a mindset in not being a victim, in being able to, handle whatever comes your way. So let me show you how I kept my house warm. Now, keep in mind, my house is pretty old. It's almost 100 years old. So the walls are not insulated, and that's what I have to deal with. So to show you an example of what it was like, this is an example of, this was in the evening. This was Saturday, or no, it was Sunday evening that I took this screenshot of my phone. And you can see these are the temperatures where I live right now. So you can see the highs are in the 30s, the lows right now are 20s, low 20s in the teens. And so this is kind of what I was up against. The beauty of it all is, as you can see here, this is a screenshot of my Nest app. We were able to keep the house 68 degrees, which is not bad. I mean, that's really not bad. Just wear a sweater or put a blanket on you and you'll be just fine. So we do have this gas stove. It's a really old model. You can kind of see, if you look closely on the bottom right hand corner, there's that black knob. So that is how you open the gas line that feeds this thing. So there are no safeties. So I actually keep there's a valve in my basement that feeds this. I keep it closed until I'm going to use it. So just in case a kid were to start fiddling around with that knob, he wouldn't open up the gas line and gas us out of the house. So this thing does a pretty good job. It keeps our front room fairly warm, which is the biggest room in the house. We've also got some of these little portable electric heaters. This is just a small one that we put in the TV room. We kind of cycled it between low and high just to keep the room at the right temperature. I've learned over the years, having a really old house, that there are certain circuits that I need to plug these into to keep from tripping breakers, and that's just had to come through trial and error in dealing with this in the past. So I've learned which outlets I can plug these into, and that way I can keep the house warm without having to worry about breakers. We stuck this tower style, it's a pretty old one actually, in the kitchen. It was blowing into the hallway that goes in between two bedrooms and the bathroom, and it kind of kept that part of the house pretty warm. We just left that thing running on high. So it did cost us a little bit, I'm sure, on the electric bill. Now down in the basement, what I decided to do down here where I have my office is I just grabbed one of these little, what are they called? They're called like Buddy Heaters or something like that is the brand, or the trade name, I guess. These do a pretty good job. I've used them for quite a few years for different reasons. Just left that thing running. It kept the temperature in the basement not as good as upstairs. I think I stayed, yeah, you can see here I took a picture of a thermometer that I have right next to my workbench. So what is that? Just about 65, just under 65. And then up in my wife's office, what I did is I took this larger buddy heater, and we really didn't run it on high ever. We cycled it between low, and then they've also got a, if you look here, there's a mid-range, I think. That's where we had it most of the time. And those will last quite a while. This one takes 2 of those 1-pound green propane canisters, and they do a pretty good job. I like these because they've got a low oxygen sensor. They have a tip-over sensor, so they're as safe as you can get in something like this. We use these to take the chill off of the mornings when we go camping. Have one of these in our big tent. It's nice to turn it on for a little bit while you're getting dressed. Look, you don't want to have to call the HVAC guy on a weekend or on a holiday or in the middle of the night. I mean, that's when you just spend an incredible amount of money paying their after-hour emergency rates. You also don't want to have to run to the store in the middle of the night to buy this stuff, these heaters and whatnot. So part of being a prepared person is just having some of this stuff. And the nice thing about it is, if you don't have to run out and buy it at that spur of the moment, you can watch for this stuff to go on sale. I usually pick up this kind of thing towards the end of winter when stores are clearing them out. They're trying to get them off the shelf. They got to get the new inventory in for spring. They don't want this stuff anymore, and they're willing to discount it quite a bit. So just keep your eyes open. That's part of living this lifestyle, is having this change in mindset and just watching for these opportunities to come up. And it will bless your life. It'll make things a lot easier. And then if things had gotten really bad, if it was colder and we were not able to keep the house as warm as we wanted, I could always have grabbed this guy. I keep this in my garage. It is a kerosene heater. I've really liked this one. I just put it in a corner of a room, and it radiates heat out the front. Didn't need it this time. It's a little bit of a pain because you got to go get kerosene out of the shed in the back, and you got to bring it in and fill it up. And kerosene, when it's burning, has a very unique odor. There are some liquids that you can add to your kerosene that help with the smell. It doesn't make the smell go away. I think it does help a little. If you didn't have that stuff, I don't think it's that big a deal. But if you run across it, it's not a bad thing to grab. But we didn't need to use kerosene this time, luckily. And then I've also got, even in backup, just one more small. This one screws on the top of one of those little 1-pound green propane canisters. We didn't need to use this one either. So that's pretty much it. Just a quick video. Thought I'd show you my latest experience. That's the way things go. Life is unpredictable, and just having a few things on hand to help out when either the power goes out or the furnace dies, it just makes your life a lot easier. So thanks for watching. If you'd like to learn more about preparedness, the preparedness lifestyle, take a look at www.brianekstrom.com, and that's where I will be posting future videos. Thanks for watching.